socket set just like that. I don't even know.
Hey, looking for a lawnmower shop. Is this a lawnmower shop?
Did you see all them lawnmowers parked out front? That's usually a good indicator that this is a lawnmower shop.
Is this old codger right?
Yes, for once, the old codger is correct. This, in fact, is a lawnmower shop. Can I help you, sir?
Well, I got a push mower here. It's got a flat tire.
Flat tire? Looks like it needs a little bit more than that wheel put back on.
Where'd you find this thing? In the garbage?
What? This is my best mower. This is a real strong runner.
Looks like it's got the runs all right.
What about that cable? Looks pretty broken.
Look, the cable's fine. Just fix the flat tire. That's all I want done.
What about this? Don't you want this fixed? This broken spark plug wire?
Watch out, it'll shock you.
You idiot! Drop it off! All we're gonna do is fix the wheel. It'll be ready after lunch. Pterodactyl here, and today's how-to video is gonna be on these sweet bags that I got here. No, it's not. Today's how-to is gonna be on this Makita /Dolmar chop saw or demo saw, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to tell you and show you how to take the carburetor off this saw. So we're going to put it on the bench and take the carburetor off. I'll show you how to take it off. Okay, you're going to need a T27, a Torx 27 bit, either a hand driver or the socket type. Remove this cover, and you're going to take these 4 Torx screws out so we can get to the carburetor. There's the air filter. Looks pretty dirty. There's another filter in here. Then you have to remove this cover. So take the coil wire off, disconnect that, and again with your Torx, you're going to remove 3 of them. And try not to drop them in the motor like I just did. And then pull this cover off. Now you may have a compression release on this side, in this hole. This one's been taken off and blocked off. So if you got the compression release there, take the spark plug out so you can get the cover off. So I got that out. Got 2 out of the 3 screws. Now, you want to be able to get to this clamp that's holding that manifold. And that's a Phillips screwdriver. It's kind of a tiny one. And you're going to loosen that up. Now sometimes that clamp will get stuck and it won't loosen up for you. So you might have to spin it up and kind of pry it loose. You don't want to take the screw all the way out because there's a little teeny tiny nut on the other side. And you don't want to lose that. I don't know if Mr. Cameraman can see it, but there's a little tiny nut in this clamp. Yeah, he could see it. So you want to get that loose. And like I said, sometimes this will get stuck and it won't release. And it'll make it difficult. You might have to get in there and pry it. You want to pop that off. So there's 2 little clips here. You can push them in, and then you gotta pop this out. And then here's your throttle control assembly. You can kind of push that in with your fingers. And you pull this up, get it released. Don't worry if that pops out. And then release the manifold. And see, here's your vacuum line, your fuel pump line. Disconnect that, and then it all lifts out in one unit. And then you can get to this molded fuel hose in case that rotted and you need to replace it. See, this one's real loose. And then check your hose. This is your vacuum pump hose. This may be your problem too with it running. Sometimes it'll get old and brittle and it'll get cracks in it, usually up here where it plugs onto the cylinder. So you're going to want to check that hose and replace it if you have to. And then that way, and this is how it comes off, all in one unit. This just clips into here. You got these two little nubs on the end of the shaft. They go in those holes. And that's what controls your choke and your kill. Now when this is in the saw, it'll stay in place. So you can pop that out of there. And then you can release your choke linkage. There's your choke linkage. So get a look at that so you can see how it goes in and out. See, it goes just like that. In case it falls out on you. So Mr. Cameraman's going to get a good long shot of that so you can see how that works. You can put that off to the side. Now this just pops off. This is your throttle. This just pops off. And you just give it a half a turn. See? And Mr. Cameraman's knocking stuff over there. See how that works? That just slips in there. Now, when you want to remove the carburetor, now you can take these two screws out. Whoa, somebody's getting it. Somebody's doing a burnout. So this is if you want to replace, maybe you have to replace the carburetor. This carburetor is expensive. It's over 150 bucks. You might be able to find it cheaper. And then it just lifts right out. And then there's a gasket on this side. Now when you go to put this back together, this is real tight. And you're going to have a hard time getting that gasket back in there. And it's going to want to move on you, and it's going to get bound up here by the choke, and then you're going to have problems. So what I do is, I take some crazy glue, and I crazy glue this gasket back onto here to hold it in place. A couple of drops of crazy glue around there, and let it sit, and that'll hold it in place, and that'll make it nice and easy for you to put it back in. And then all the holes will line up. Because you ain't got a lot of space here and you're not going to slip that gasket in there. And then you can either take it apart and put a diaphragm kit in there, or in case you have to replace the carburetor, maybe you can't get it to work right. But we're not going to go inside the carburetor because we don't need to. That would be up to you. It's pretty simple. You just replace the diaphragm and you just replace the gaskets on this side. Just take it apart, find the right gaskets in the kit, put them back on, put it back together. Alright, so now let's put it back together. So we know this gasket goes here. You got this little metal thing. Make sure that doesn't fall out. Slide it back in. Make sure the holes are lined up. Because you got this little sponge on this side, so got to kind of push against that. Get it to line up. And you don't have to go crazy tight with these screws. You don't want to break it. Tighten it up. Put our throttle link back on. Hook our choke link back in. Make sure this is on this side of this tab. Pop it back into its little spots there. Make sure this wire isn't obstructing anything, and it's on the inside. And then this, because this is inside here, this is just gonna follow right in. So hook up your vacuum line. That's your pulse line for the fuel pump. Make sure your clamp is on the right way so you can get at that little Phillips screw. Get it started on here. It's a little tricky. Push this in so it'll drop down. Make sure these are latched in. And then another thing, check to make sure that the fuel fitting on the carburetor fit into the hose. Make sure it didn't get on one side of the hose or the other. See it down in there? I don't know if you could see it. There you go. Make sure the fitting fit into the hose. Because sometimes it might get on one side or the other. Alright. Then push the manifold back onto the cylinder and slide your clamp back on. And then with one finger, kind of hold the clamp at that angle so it don't slip on you. Got my index finger under there. And then tighten up this clamp. Check that manifold boot too when you take it apart. Make sure there's no cracks or tears in it. If there are, you'll have to replace it. So inspect all those parts. The manifold boot, the fuel line, and this pulse line, they call it. Because that's what takes the crankcase pressure and pumps the fuel pump side of the carburetor. And if you want, you can go ahead and start it with this cover off. Just make sure these wires don't get tangled in the flywheel. Otherwise, in case you got something wrong, you don't have to pull this cover back off and everything. Okay, like I said, you can run it without putting this cover back on if you want to make, test it before you go putting it all back together and have to take it apart because you got something in wrong. So what I do is I wrap the wire around the coil wire to hold it out of the way so it doesn't get caught in the flywheel and create a whole nother problem. And then I put the ground wire for the switch. I put the screw in and then screw it down a little bit so it don't vibrate out while you're running it. And then check your trigger. Make sure that works. Make sure it's going back and forth. And you can see the choke plate in there. You can see the choke plate right there. So then check your choke. Make sure it's working and not sticking. So make sure that's all good. Now, another thing. These decompression valves that they put on here, sometimes when they get old, they will leak. And that could be a problem too with the way it runs, because it's leaking compression out of there. While it's running, you may not have enough compression to keep it idling. So they make a plug that you could take that decompression valve out and block it off. I've actually seen where that valve had come apart and went inside and did some damage. Got stuck in a port or got beat against the piston, beating it against the head. So if you can pull it without having to use that decompression valve, you might as well just take it out and get rid of it. Now another thing I know about these saws is they flood real easy when you go to start them. So we got it back together. I'm going to choke it, give her a tug, take it off choke. Now there are some adjustments on here. They got this blocked off. But if you look in here, let me get that light. There is a low speed screw. That's the low speed. Always remember, the screw that's closest to the engine is the low speed adjustment, and the one behind it would be the high speed, but they got that blocked off. And then here's to get to your idle screw, right here. See, they got that blocked off. You could drill that out if you want to get to that screw. Or you can just get to it through here. But remember, when you're tuning this carburetor, you got to have the air cleaner and all that on. So in order to do that, then you're not going to be able to get to it through here. So you're going to have to drill that out so you can get to that screw in case you got to tune it. Because now you're putting the air cleaner and all that on there. Now you're choking off some of the air and it's going to run a little different. So remember that too. You got to think about that. Okay. That's all there is to putting on and taking off this here carburetor on this here Makita / Dolmar chop saw or demo saw, whatever you want to call it, or maybe you call it the thing that spins and cuts steel and concrete saw. And there's your dinner. And follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my channel. All right, you got that? Follow Facebook, Instagram. There's your dinner again. There's your dinner. 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 Where's my dinner? There's your dinner.
Mother's asking me what I wanted for dinner last night, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh, what do I want? Just so many good choices.
Got my mower ready, sir?
Sure do. Wheels all tightened up.
Okay, great. What do I owe you?
How about $5?
$5?
Yeah, $5. What'd you think it was gonna cost?
Well, I don't know. $1?
$1?
Well, if I'd have known that, I'd have tightened it myself.
Well, you didn't. So you gotta pay me $5.
Jeez, that's highway robbery. This thing better start.
You just said earlier it was a real strong runner. Your best mower, in fact.
Yeah, I know how shops are nowadays, trying to scam everybody out of their money.
Hey, what are you doing, you stupid knucklehead?
Whoa, little dude. Not even I'm that stupid.
You just chopped up my favorite rug. I got that at Kroll. Now you owe me $25.
Oh, crap. I left my wallet at the campground. I'll bring it back later.
Hey, Taryl, you're letting him get away.
Don't worry, Slippers, he'll be back.
What makes you so sure?
Because he dropped his wallet.
Oh. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, he's got a lot more than $25
Oh, that's
here.
great. Thanks, Taryl.